All right, well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Airplane Show. My name is Greg. I'm going to be your trusted internet pilot on this here episode today, and we're going to go back to the well. Go back to the well of TriStar one more time. Yeah, we are going to go back one more time, fly this thing a little differently than we've done before. We are going to want to try VOR navigation again. This time we are not going to have any GPS in there. We're also going to use the autopilot, not the autopilot, the auto flight engineer this time. We've done a couple episodes starting it up, looking at deep dive into it. We did one where we did, almost the whole checklist. We did one with the GPS. So yeah, this time we're just going to go auto engineer, make sure it's okay. We're not going to do all the testing, all the checklist. So yeah, man, this is, from what I understand, this was a real flight that took place in real life with Saudia Airlines. They would go from Riyadh to Jeddah, to Cairo, and a couple other places, Dubai, and then there was one spot past Dubai. I don't remember the name of it. This one we are going to do, this one's going to be from Cairo. Actually, we don't need that. We can just zoom right into Cairo. It's right here. So we're going to be flying from Cairo to Jeddah. Jeddah is down here. Yep, King Abdulaziz. We're going to be doing VOR. It's 270 some miles to the first VOR station now. Mainly it's going to be a VFR flight. We're just going to be flying and making sure that the ocean is somewhat on our left side, on our port side. And then when we hopefully will get close enough to where we can actually pick it up, we're going to come down, we're going to hit this spot here, and then we're going to go over this way. This is Yen right here. And then from Yen, we're going to go down to Rabbi, and then down to Jeddah. So it's going to take probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, but I think it'll be a fun little flight. I've played a little bit with the auto engineer, but never really did much more than just kind of just trying it once or twice on the Xbox, and then nothing since then. I haven't really tried it on here yet, but I'm sure it'll work just fine. All right, let's get this loaded up. Hopefully everybody's off to a good start of the week. My start of the week's a little questionable, but that's okay. It's a lot of time to improve it. All right, we're just waiting for this game to load up here. Aha, we need to make sure it's daytime outside if we'll be doing VFR. Hey, are there people in our plane already? We might need to get a move on if there's already people on our plane. All right, let me get inside the cockpit. All right, flow is not programmed again. Let me reprogram flow. There we go. I'm sure it's going to be the same, but for some reason, I have to reassign it every time. Now, this game did just go through an update. There was some sort of update that just came out. I had to update the whole Microsoft 2024 before I went live today, and then I also had to update auto FPS as well. Oh, in the meantime, you know what? Give me 1 second. Let me just make sure that auto FPS is on. Okay, auto FPS is good. Ooh, that's bad. Level 4, Jesus. And we have GPZU is running. Okay, let me activate Sky Dolly. Okay, game is turned on. Let's go ahead and go to menu here. Autocomplete. Okay.
Got it. Pre-flighting now. Stand by.
Let's see if our... All right, comms are on. Let's go ahead and... You know what? First of all, let me just pull the flight in here real quick. I always do that. And then we're going to contact Say Intentions. Get our VFR clearance to King Abdulaziz. Let's do ATIS first. So we have 122.6.
Captain, flow complete. Back to you now.
Very nice. All right, that should be working. Let me go to Say Intentions. Okay, let me look at OBS. All right, OBS, it's on OBS, so that's good. 122.6. Wonder if, let me do a test. So we have tower, which one is a test again? It's 118.1. Let me try that. Hello, can you hear my comms?
This is what the ATC audio sounds like, and next is what yours sounds like.
Hello, can you hear my comms?
All right, well, maybe there's no ATIS then. All right, let's go to clearance then. Cairo clearance, Saudi 3369er Heavy requesting VFR clearance to Jeddah. We are at the Heavy Gate.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Okay, all right, that works then. Let's get our...
Saudia 3369, I cleared out of the Cairo CTR Class Bravo airspace to Jeddah. VFR at or below 1500, departure on 119.05 squawk 4321.
Cleared out of the Cairo Class Bravo airspace to Jeddah, VFR at or below 1500. Departure on 119.05 squawk 4321. Saudi 3369er. Now VFR at or below...
Saudia 3369, read back correct. Ground will be on 120.4.
So we need to stay below 1500 out of the Class B airspace. Let me just take a look at this real quick, because if that doesn't make sense to do that, then we'll just do an IFR flight and cancel it when we get up in the air. Let me take a look at this real quick. Change our map as well if I can. Wasn't there a way to change this map last night? I've sworn there was a way to change this map last night. Yeah, for the life of me, I do not see it now. All right, we'll come back to that. Let's go to aircraft. We're just going to do rad nav. Okay, that all looks okay. That should just be our localizers now. Yep. We have 115.2 is what we're leaving from. All right, we may need to pull up Navigraph real quick before we back up. Yeah, this was giving us a different, let's pull up Navigraph real quick and see if we can look at a VFR map. See where Class B ends. If it's real close, then IFR shouldn't be a problem, but if it is, we may have to do an IFR clearance. Here we go. Okay, we are currently VFR. All right, well, Class B airspace then is only... That's not bad. Okay, yeah, that's not bad at all, 1,500. So we can wait until we are... Oh, let's see here. I know they have a distance tool here. Let's see here. $11, 12 miles. So we got about 12 miles to stay under 1,500. I don't know if I really want to do that. All right, we'll just request IFR clearance then. Cairo clearance, Saudi 3369 are requesting IFR clearance to Jeddah. We have information.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Yeah, I'd rather do that. All right, sync, calculate, set bugs.
Saudia 3369, our information hotel is currently cleared to Jeddah. After departure, fly radar vectors core valid then as filed. Departure runway 5 right, initial climb to flight level 090, departure on 119.054, 4742.
And heading to King Abdulaziz International Airport. On behalf of the entire crew, my name is Khadija, and I am joined by my colleagues Ahmed, Fatima, and Omar. We kindly ask that you take your seat.
Flight radar vectors, CVO, then is filed, departure runway 5 right, initial climb, flight level 090, departure 119er, .05, squawk 4742, Saudi 369 are headed. Alright, let's make sure.
Saudia 3369, read back correct. Ground will be on 120.4.
Okay, takeoff EPR 643. Okay, and then we have initial climb is going to be 546, so we got to keep an eye on that, make sure that goes down, since we don't have a system that's going to monitor it for us. And then when we take off tonight, I would like to leave out on... Oh, you know, we could probably pull it up on our tablet now. Hang on a second. Yeah, here we go. So I would like to kind of fly on a heading of off the 159 radial from CVO. That's the plan at least. All right, let's get clearance to back up. Let's see here, ground one. Oh, we got to put in our squawk code. 4742. I wonder if it's going to change our system here as well. Probably not. We'll probably still have to do that. All right, 4742. So on standby. That looks good. Let's put on our lights. Get clearance to back up here in a moment. Oh, I didn't know that's what lit up those little lights down there. We don't need that on right now. I thought it was backlit. That's actually pretty interesting. All right, we will do the captain's side for the glare shield at least. And for the instruments, we'll turn all his lights on. So we can see down here. Get this light on. Panel, overhead. Panel lights. Let's put on a standby power. Let's arm that. Arm our emergency lights. Put on our position lights. logo lights, anti-collision, fasten seatbelts. Compasses are aligned. That is good. Okay, I think we're ready for backup. Oh, well, we can put our V-speed in afterwards. Let's go ahead and contact ground. That's 120.4. Cairo ground, Saudi 369 or heavy, requesting pushback and engine start clearance.
Saudia 3369, pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
I think that would be that way, right? Yep. All right, we're going to try to use this pushback machine. Maybe the new update here helped out. So let's go ahead and okay, autocomplete. Oh, the GPU's not on yet. Oh shit. All right, let's see if I click on complete if that does it. I don't think it will.
Egypt 719, a contact tower on 118.1.
Right, that's what I thought. Okay, let's turn this on. I might as well give it a quick gander everywhere else around here to make sure he's got everything else closed and open. I've kind of memorized a lot of the settings. Yeah, this needs to be... He's got all the pumps on already? Jeez, okay. You say so. Alright, APU is almost stabilized. After that gets stabilized, very good. We can actually now put on, okay, auxiliary power is now on here. Let's make sure we're getting power to it. Good frequency, good voltage, very similar there. Okay, that's good. Let's put this on normal. Put the bleed on. Make sure we have isolation valves open. Cross bleed. None of this is set yet. I guess we need to set that ourselves. So we are climbing and flying. Let's see what we're going up to today. So we're going for 37,000 feet. So let's put this up accordingly. We'll put this on 38,000 feet. Okay, and currently in Cairo, the pressure is 1018. Okay, let's set that down here as well, 1018. All right, let's try this pushback machine this time. I don't think it's going to work, but let's try it. Let's see here, ground. We can now close that out. All right, well, at least the cart is moving in the right direction this time. I wonder if my seats are still safe from last night. No, they're not saved. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, you know, I don't know if I have a cabin this time around. Let's see. Do I have a cabin? Okay, I do. When the engines are starting up, we'll have to save some seats. All right, come on. Why are you not pushing me back? I bet you if I turn it again, it'll move it. Yeah, see, that's not working either. We shouldn't have any chocks or anything on. Okay, close all doors. Yeah, that's not working. I wonder if saying tensions. Well, fuck it. Let's just do slew mode again. Oh, wait a minute. I think we're moving finally. Oh shit! Oh shit! I can't believe it. Holy moly! I can't. Okay, let's see if we can start up. Engine start.
Going through the engine startup flow. One moment, please, Captain.
Is it gonna turn? It's turning a little too much.
Cabin attendants, arm doors and cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Saudia Flight 3369, heading to King Abdulaziz International Airport. Our estimated flight time is 1 hour and 55 minutes. We ask that you pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information, even for frequent flyers. Please fasten your seatbelts by inserting the metal end into the buckle and
All right, as long as this is gonna take, I can save a couple of seats here.
Whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff. Mobile phones and electronic devices
I can at least save one
must be
seat
set to
and
flight
get back here at least.
and larger devices must be stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if required. Pull the mask firmly, place it over
Okay,
your nose
reset
and
view.
mouth, and breathe normally. Secure your own mask
Okay.
before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat. Put it on and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Floor level lighting
Oh,
will
all
guide
right.
you
Let's
to the
try
nearest exit,
starting up our
which may
engine
be
now.
behind you. In case of evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind and follow crew instructions immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, please inform a crew member immediately. The safety information
Oh,
card
everything is
contains more
off.
details. Thank you for your
Son of a
attention.
bitch. Everything is off. Almost like the APU is not working. We should have plenty of power at this point. Oh, I think I can turn this on now. Okay. Engine's now starting up, or at least it should be. Alright, parking brakes on. I guess even with the auto engineer, the autocomplete on the engineer, you still need to do quite a couple of things to get started. You still have to pay attention to the checklist, it looks like. Okay. All right, let's make sure we have... What happened to all our lights here? Let me get these lights put back on. Okay. Let's make sure we have the right amount of air pressure. It looks like we do. So let's see what happens after we try to start up engine number 1 here. Oh, I don't want that system down there. Let's get rid of that. I don't want that navigation system down there. We just want instrument. That's it. No, I don't want that either. What the fuck, man? All right, I guess we have to have that screen there.
Flaps 4.
No, thank you.
Flap 0.
Okay, let's put on you.
Albert 73, contact tower 118.1. Tower, Albert 73.
All right, we can almost go for fuel. We can go for fuel. All right, let me save the last 2 seats. Down by the wing. Down by that little old wing. Let's see here. So we can watch the flaps come down. Yeah. Control 3. Go around here. Oh, I don't have my stats pulled up. I should probably do that so I can see what frames are running here. Okay, let's get say intentions pulled back up. Let's get engine number 3 turned on. All right, and we are going to be leaving on the 159 radial, which means we want to have our course tuned to the opposite, which will be 339. No. We do want it to be 159, that's right. No, I am correct. We want it to be 339. This one I'll put on 159. That way we can see a difference. I'll tune it to the same thing. The 115.2. Okay, and let's see here. All right, let's do our after start checklist.
After engine start checks. Roger, doing those now.
See what they do.
Captain, that last flow is done. Aircraft is set.
Very nice. I like that. That is very handy. All right, let's get clearance. Cairo clearance. Saudi 369er Heavy requesting taxi clearance to runway 05 right.
Saudia 3369er, runway 05 right, taxi via Whiskey 1, Sierra, Sierra 1, Tango, Romeo, hold short of runway 05 center, then Foxtrot.
Taxi to runway 05 right via Whiskey 1, Sierra, Sierra 1, Tango, Romeo. 4 short of runway 05 center, then Foxtrot, Saudi 369er Heavy. Taxi lights. I do want to get one thing pulled up here. Let's see, do we have our charts for the airport? Close enough. So we're down here. Okay.
Airliner 57 Cairo 957 cleared for push and start.
You know, one thing we'll do, we'll get the briefing plan pulled up here and we can use their map if we have to. Be interesting to see what it looks like from another country. What if it has their native, you know, language? Yeah, oh, it does. Look at that. That's cool. That's dope. I love how Briefing Plan does this. I love how they have it in like other languages. That is so cool. Hey, hello there, Darren. How are you, good sir? We're flying one more flight this week with the Whisper liner. I never knew this plane was called Whisper anything. I thought that was always the Bay 146. But no GPS tonight, no navigation. Basically going to be an IFR type flight from here down to Jeddah. VOR to VOR flying. I think we're going to switch to VFR once we... We're going to switch to VFR flight once we get out of Class B airspace. They wanted me to be under 1,500 feet for like 12 miles, and that's very tough to do in this airplane, to be at under 1,500 feet for 12 miles of anything. So I had to do an IFR takeoff request, but we're going to switch it to VFR. Oh, I didn't put it on real weather yet, I don't think. Okay, we can close out Briefing Plan for now. Okay, live weather is on. Make it a little bit more in the morning time. Yeah, we can maybe take off in the early morning here. Now it's interesting they have us with flaps 22 for takeoff when the chart says flaps 10, but that's what they autocomplete for us. I'm doing this autocomplete for the flight engineer. I have never tried it up until tonight. It actually, I'm sorry, I did try it on Xbox, but Xbox, we saw what happened with that. I couldn't do anything on Xbox. But here, this one's working pretty well. A couple of things they forgot, but all in all, not too bad.
Saudia 3369, across runway 05 center, then continue taxi via Foxtrot.
Roger that. Cross 05 center, then Foxtrot, Saudi 369 heavy. All right, we put on our strobe lights. We don't see any airplanes coming.
Runway 5 center.
Get out of the way. Oh yeah, man. I didn't like, I saw a couple of videos that you've done. I didn't know that you had many more up there. I saw a few when I checked out your channel before, but yeah, man, it's all good. Engine 2 failed. Probably because I put us down to neutral there.
Approaching runway 5 center.
All right, let's get our... Let's close this chart. Let's go back to menu. Let's do our lineup.
Lineup procedures. Yep, doing that now.
Yeah, today was a mixed day. Overall, pretty good, but it was a mixed day.
As requested.
You know, some days are better than others. How about your day, dude? Is your day pretty good? Cabin crew, take your seats for departure.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
Okay, Flight director's on. We'll say 9,000 for our cruising altitude. So far, so good. That's what I like to hear. What part of Canada are you in anyways? Are you, I don't remember what part. I mean, not that it's really that important. I mean, to me, I'm just curious, like, if there's like fun stuff to do, or... Oh, Ontario. Oh yeah, man, that's cool. I've heard good things about Ontario. I heard it's a pretty cool place to live in. Oh. All right, what does this say here? AF.
Flaps 18. Flaps 22.
Attunement 3. Huh, I don't know why that's showing like that.
Flaps 18. Flaps 22.
All right, there we go. I keep on hitting the button for the flaps. Yeah, that's what I keep on hearing about Ontario. I always hear it's very nice place to live. I want to move somewhere else. I think I'm getting tired of living in Maryland. I really would like to move out to like Wyoming or Idaho, Montana, somewhere far away from big populous centers. Somewhere with good internet where I can still work from home. I just want to look out and see mountains. I'm tired of looking out and seeing water. I want to see mountains. I kind of sound like Bilbo from The Hobbit. I want to see mountains again, Gandalf. Mountains! I do. I miss...
3369, a contact tower on 118.1.
Contact towers on 118.1, Saudi 369er head. Okay, let's do... well, first of all, before I call them... Actually, I will put them in. But before I reach out, I just want to make sure that everything looks good back here. Yeah, like, we don't need the APU on, man. This needs to be off. Let's make sure everything else... You know what, let me just put the park and brake on for a minute.
Flaps 18.
No, bitch, that's not what I
Flaps
did!
22.
I gotta change the flaps button, I think. Alright, so all these generators look good. We can close... we can turn on galley and bus power. APU is off. Okay, these need to be... What the fuck, man? You guys do not set this up properly. ETU needs to be on. That needs to be on. Leads need to be on. Those can stay off. All right, we already set this properly. All right, let's just stop this. And then when we're climbing, we'll shut it off. Okay, I think everything else looks good. Fuel is good. Yeah, I think everything else looks fine. Man, that is disappointing that they don't set that up. This needs to be on. We need to be on pack 2. Okay, that's good. Normal, that's good. This needs to be on arm discharge. This needs to be on mid-cabin. All right, now we're ready to go. Cairo Tower, Saudi 369er heavy, holding short runway 05 right, ready for departure. I like it too sometimes, dude. Auto starting.
Heavy Cairo Tower, runway 05 right. Line up and wait.
I just don't know if... Copy that, line up and wait. Saudi 369er heavy. I don't know with them not setting this airplane up properly if it'll mess things up though. That's the thing. I don't mind quick starting at times. Like I did that tonight. But I just want it to work. I want it to work properly. Yeah, when I'm on the Xbox upstairs, I auto start a lot of the airplanes. And when I'm practicing, sometimes I jump in certain airplanes and practice. Those I'll auto start. But when I'm streaming, I don't do it too often.
Approaching runway
I do it
5.
mainly in
Right.
case people have questions on what to do. They can kind of go back and
120.4.
they can kind of see what I'm doing.
Ground, carry 40.
Okay. We are aligned and waiting. We're not aligned very well, but we can fix that. We need to fix our trim. Trim should be 4.1.
Saudia 3369. Heavy, runway 05 right. Wind 050 at 8. Clear to take off.
I didn't know he was going to sound Irish in Anyways, let me not sound racist. Takeoff power set.
knots.
Ooh. All right, now I'm back. I had to look at OBS for a minute.
Rotate. V1. Positive rate of climb.
Yeah, I think they are on. I think Artemis is on the other side of the moon now.
Gear up.
Gear up. Oh, I didn't hit toga for takeoff. Hang on one second. Should have hit toga here.
0957, holding short, 05 right, ready for departure.
Yeah, I think they are on.
07, wind 050
Oh shit, we gotta pick up. Oh my god.
Safe travels.
All right, now we're okay. I didn't realize we were nose down for a second.
0957.
Yeah, I think Artemis is on the other side of the moon at this point.
119.05.
Contact departure 119.05. Saudi 369er heavy. Yeah, I think they are.
Flaps 18.
I think they... Hang on, let me contact the departure real quick. Saudi departure, Saudi 369er heavy, currently climbing through 4,000 feet for flight level 380. Yeah, I think they spent a day orbiting.
369er heavy, Cairo departure, radar contact. Climb flight level 370, turn right heading 170, vectors to Luxor, then on course.
Turn right heading 170 vectors to Luxor, then on course, climb flight level 370, Saudi 369er heavy. Yeah, I think they spent a day orbiting the Earth.
Flaps 14.
And then once they were done orbiting the Earth, you know, we never put our landing lights on, by the way. I'm just, sorry, I shouldn't be saying, let me complete one of my thoughts first. Hang on a second. Let's put on the autopilot, the auto throttle.
Flaps 4.
Let's go heading, VS mode. Autopilot on. Stop, bitch, come on. There we go. The mouse was moving and I was backing up.
Air Cairo 957, contact Cairo control on 134.4. Air Cairo 957.
Hang on a second, Darren. I want to get us out of AOA. Tell you what, let me level off real quick. There we go. All right, now let's go ahead and start climbing again. There we go. Now we are out of AOA mode. Okay. Oh yeah, well go ahead, Darren. I'm not going anywhere for a while. I'll see you later on. Alright, well we've had better takeoffs, but that's okay. We could always go back and do it again. I was reading something and I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize we were nosediving. I'll be back. Nobody says it like Arnie. Alright, I guess we can get the lights set up properly now that we forgot to put on our landing lights. Alright, good. We are at a good speed now. Our VS is good. We actually just put ourselves in IAS mode right now. We'll climb it. Oops, we got to turn this now to 300. I think that's our climb profile. Oh, we got to go and climb, shit.
I'll do the climb checks. Stand by, Captain.
Turn the packs on, bitch.
Got that flow done.
Wow, that was
Back
quick.
to you.
Good job, buddy.
Dear guests, the use of approved electronic devices.
Okay, what am I looking at here?
Our cabin
Oh yeah.
service
Oh no, we don't have
will
climb here.
Thank
Okay,
you
so
for your
climb it's
attention.
546. We got to move this down to 546. Okay, 546. All right, and then 546. All right, excellent. Now we should be able to go into EPR mode. Oh no, we don't want that. All right. Pretty sure 300 is our speed.
Dear guests, the cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service. We invite you to enjoy our delicious chicken sandwiches and refreshing fruit juices from the Saudia menu. After the service, selected items from the Saudia shop will be available for your convenience. Thank you for your attention.
All right, there we are. Yeah, see, our EPR is way high. Like, maybe it's not 250. I mean, maybe it's not 300. Maybe it is like 250. Let's move this back. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. All right, well, let's try like 270, I guess. Still a lot of exhaust pressure. Still. All right, it's dropping back down. FL33. I'm sorry, Darren. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? FL what? All right, let's see if climbing at 1500. All right, that will lower our EPR. Oh, flight level 335. Yeah, 335 seems to roll off the tongue nicely. No, I understand what you mean now. It looked like it said FL33S from where I'm sitting. So I was like, what is 33S? All right, there's I believe that's the ocean sitting out there. Yeah, as long as we keep that off to our side there, we will be okay. Now we are 34 miles away from Cairo. I'm pretty sure we can put on standard pressure at this point. Yeah, the auto engineer in this thing does a pretty good job with basic things. But you still need to pay attention to the actual checklist, because there were some things that he actually didn't do that he needed to do, but yeah. Other than that, that auto engineer is pretty cool and is almost as good as the one from the DC-6 from PMDG. That one's my favorite. I think my favorite setup with using a flight engineer and a co-pilot. That DC-6 is awesome. The other one that's really nice is the is it the Stratoliner? Yeah, I didn't know that Saudi had the TriStar until recently, like last night. I was looking up what other liveries. Hang on. Clear direct yen, Saudi 369er heavy. Okay, yeah, this is. We need to move this back down to 250. We need to keep our exhaust pressure below 546. Yeah, when I was looking at all the liveries that this thing came with, I'm like, really? Did all these different airplanes fly it? Like LTU and this and that? And I mean, like, so I looked at it and I just started Googling different routes that were available. And yeah, this was one of the ones they talked about. They talked about Jeddah to Riyadh. All right, see, our EPR is still climbing up there. Damn. Let's soften our
Saudia 3369er, contact Cairo Control on 134.4.
Contact Cairo Control 134.4, Saudi 369er heavy. See, I can't flip this into EPR mode here. I need that system down here on the bottom, which I don't want to use today. So we're just going to try to keep it relatively close to where it needs to be. Good morning, Saudi Control. Saudi 369er heavy climbing through 20,000 feet for flight level 370.
Hey, Captain. Cabin is secure.
Saudia 3369er, Cairo Control identified. Good morning.
All right, let's see. Can we keep it at 245? Unless this schedule is not right. Oh, initial climb. Max continuous, 589. Okay. Let's put this up to 589 then. That makes a little more sense. Let's lower this back down. We don't have the luxury of computer systems to even this out for us, so we have to do it ourselves. Yeah, me too. I love the being able to interact with all these panels here. It's really cool. Even like all the test buttons that this thing has, like in the back here, like all these test buttons work. Like if you want to test N2, that works. You can test the vibrations. You can test the oil quantities. Like just about everything you can click on. Some things you can't. This screen down here, and some of this stuff down here, which is just fluff. You don't really need it. Yeah, see, aren't these supposed to be opened? Like these are supposed to be closed right now. See, like let's bring up the checklist. Watch. Okay, after start. No, we need to go to. Okay, climb. Yeah, packs on. All right, let's make sure all the packs are on. I'm pretty sure they are. Okay, all packs are on. Right? Passing 5,000 feet, we need to open the gravity switches up. That we can make sure all the tanks have the same fuel. So gravity tanks are now open. Cross feed valves, open all. Turn off tanks, 2 left and 2 right. Leave pumps 1 and 3 on. And we need to make sure that everybody's got the same amount of fuel. And then if they do, now we can turn on all the pumps again. All right, well, maybe he did all that. Maybe I just didn't see it. I'm going to think that he didn't do it because he didn't say anything about it. So I'm pretty sure that engineer didn't do it. Like, look, he didn't even turn this off. Oh, my God. He didn't even turn the external power off. Kind of a flight engineer is that? No flaps, no.
Flaps 4.
No. How about no flaps? Holy shit, we're at 786. Are you fucking kidding me?
0.
That cannot be correct. Why is our exhaust so high? All right, now it's coming back. I guess because the flaps went down for a minute. Oh, I remember some of those old sims where like you couldn't click on anything. I remember like old X-Plane, old Flight Simulator. Yeah, I had a computer back in the early 2000s that I could play a little bit on. Yeah, this is much different nowadays, man. This is so much more enjoyable than I ever thought flying fake airplanes would be. I never thought flying fake airplanes would be this fun. Where is... Why can't I change this map? That is very interesting to me. But I can't change it. Uh-oh. Potential spam. Alright, well, I won't answer it. It looks like spam to me. Let me Google that number. That's calling me. That looks like a spam number to me. I know this is not very interesting for you guys, but it'll be okay for a minute. I have 2 different kids in 2 different places, and sometimes I get phone numbers from numbers that I am not very familiar with. Sometimes it's their teachers. But dude, I mean, like, if you have an iPad, Darren, or some sort of tablet, I mean, you could play this on Xbox's Game Pass for like $20 a month or $30 a month. You know, like if you don't have a computer, I mean, Microsoft 2020 ran great on the iPad, and X-Plane works really well on an iPad. Aerofly is a great simulator that's available on. So I mean, there's some simulators out there, but no, having a computer, yeah, I'm very, very thankful to have the computer that I have. You definitely need a decent computer nowadays to run this stuff. That's for sure. But yeah, man, if you have a decent internet connection and an iPad or Most tablets, definitely an iPad, but most tablets can handle it. Tax service, legal services, Wilmer, Cutler, Pickering, Hale, and Doyle. What the fuck? Piano Florist Fund. Okay, yeah, it's what I thought. It's a bullshit number. My phone's pretty good about notifying me if something's spam or not. Okay, let's lower our... I wasn't really paying attention, and our EPR kind of got up there. I wonder if there's a chart. I bet you there is a chart. Let me share my screen here. I bet you there is a chart that we can look at. It is amazing what computers can do nowadays. Absolutely. When it comes to flight sims and stuff like that, it's wild how realistic.
369er, direct Luxor, then is filed, please.
It's amazing how real some of these things look nowadays in regards to flight sims and the interiors, the exteriors. Yeah, it's just crazy. All right, we should be direct. I mean, we should be heading direct. Let me just check. Yeah, man, we're pretty damn close to Luxor. I mean, we're getting there. All right, let me just look in here and see if they have... Okay, let's see here. Fuel capacity, because they don't really have any other charts. Okay, yeah. I really like the way they have this checklist. The checklist is great. I like how they have everything spelled out. They tell you what to do very nicely. I like how they give you a definition of latch and unlatch in the beginning. Like, I think iniBuilds did a really good job with the checklist and the EFB on this game. So, I mean, with this airplane, I think the EFB is great. All right, what am I looking for here? Oh yeah, turn off display capture. Well, if they can't really give us a solid EPR, I mean, it has max continuous 589, so I guess we'll leave it there. Yeah, see, let me pull back our speed a little bit. And as far as cruising speed, we have max power of 656. Let's see what our cruising speed is supposed to be here. Probably 0.82, 0.8, yeah, 0.82, 0.85. Okay.
Saudia 3369er, contact Cairo Control on 123.05.
Contact Cairo Control 123.05, Saudi 369er Heavy. Cairo Control, Saudi 369er Heavy, currently climbing through 5,000 feet for flight level 370.
Saudia 3369er, Cairo Control identified. Hello there.
Alright, I wonder if we can pick up 11440 just yet. That's going to be where we're heading to. Oh, we sure do. All right, we need to head on a 159 heading. So, interesting. I wonder if I can switch over to nav too. I don't think I can. But I can do it over here. So we have 11440. So let's change this to 11440. Let's change our course to 159. Okay, and let's go on VOR. I love flying over the Middle East. It's so pretty to me, flying over like the mountains and the sand and the water. It's just very pretty to fly over. Do we really have live weather on? Yeah, it is live weather. No shit. Okay. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize hitting that button was going to cancel out. Alright, we're just about to add our altitude. We'll work our way up to Mach 0.82, 85, somewhere in that area. And again, why are we at angle of attack? That is so weird. Real world weather. So far, it's been pretty nice the last few days. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's still a little cool at night, which is nice. Not too hot in the day, which is nice. Yeah, this time of year, I'm a big fan of this time. I like this time of the year a lot. Alright, let's, once we get up to our Mach speed, we should be able to... It's a good thing that we don't have engine problems because of our exhaust. Like, this thing has been out of whack the whole time. Oh, look at that. Little, some redundant gauges, some steam gauges. Very cool. Alright, and let's just put this on max, which is 656. Oh, no. Max power is 656. Max continuous is 589. So we'll just leave it at 589. We're almost at the right speed. Unfortunately, I don't think we can put ourselves in Mach mode with TM unless we have that system down here. That performance system. Alright, so 250 is pretty close. I think we can move, let's move this up to like 255. See if that puts us at least a Mach 0.8. Well, let's go 260. Yeah, I think that'll be good. That way we can at least be on the right speed here. It's supposed to snow where you're at later this week there? No shit. God, isn't winter ever gonna end? Now, I seriously could live in a spot where it's winter almost all year long. I really could. If I don't have to shovel it or really drive in it, I don't really mind living in cold weather. I just do not like shoveling anymore. I don't like anything to do with cleaning snow off of vehicles anymore. Vehicles, sidewalks, driveways. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, if that never happens again for me, I'm okay. But I like cold weather because that's, you know, cold weather is, it kills a lot of germs. I think it's much easier to warm up in the wintertime than it is to cool down in the summertime. I like sleeping with the windows open. I like throwing on extra blankets. Like, there's a lot of things I like about wintertime more than I like about the summertime. There's no insects, there's no bugs. All right, I guess we can turn off the fasten seatbelt signs. No. Oh, how are the radios even working without those buttons on? iniBuilds. Oh, iniBuilds, that's so embarrassing. The heat wasn't on for the windows. iniBuilds, how can we use our radios without those two buttons on iniBuilds? That leads me to believe that there's a lot of shit in this airplane that just doesn't work. Like, we should not be using radios right now without those on. What the fuck? I thought the engineer took care of that. That's so sad. It's funny. Funny. All right, let's go back yonder and let's just take a look at everything. All right, our fuel is looking good. Valves are good. Take a look at our temperatures. All right, those all look good. Fuel used, pretty even. Jettisons are still unlatched. Quantity is good. Vibrations are good. N2 is good. Our packs are flowing. That all looks good. All right, everything else looks good over here. Make sure generators are okay. Okay, and generator. Very good. Okay. We are 95 miles away from Luxor. From Luxor, we'll go ahead and turn to the west. I'm sorry, turn to the east towards Bernice. I think this flight total, I want to say it's like 2 hours. I think it was like an hour and a half in the air. Yeah, it's not terribly long. It's not a terribly long flight. A couple hours, I think, is about what it is. Because I was looking at Jeddah to Riyadh, which was one of the routes. Yeah, Luxor is a waypoint. Yeah, I'll show you. Let me get this here map up. Yeah, so here's Luxor. It's a BOR station. There might be an airport here as well. I don't know if I have that turned on. Well, whatever. But yeah. Let's see here. I guess there's no other map you can show. But yeah, we have Luxor. Then we turn this way and pick up Bernice. And then we're crossing the Red Sea to Yenbo, and we pick up Rabi or Robbie.
Hey, Captain Greg, would you like anything to drink or a small snack
I would love a pineapple juice and one of those really good wraps that we have, please. Thank you.
Understood, Captain. I'll bring the pineapple juice and a wrap to the flight deck now.
Thanks, Khadija. Appreciate you. But yeah, then we go down to Jeddah, and not really sure what kind of landing. Oh yeah, hey Khadija, let me see if she'll get you a Diet Coke. Khadija, please get a Diet Coke for Darren as well, please.
Understood, Captain. I will bring a Diet Coke for Darren along with your pineapple juice and wrap now.
Alright, looks like they got us on runway 34 right on our flight plan. I don't know if that's what we're really going to be landing on tonight or not. We'll see what they say here when we get close enough. That's still recommended. No problem, I got you. Get thirsty flying. I understand. Alright, good. We're at Mach 0.8. Our EPR is finally in line. I think if we were putting it on anything higher than the Mach number we're at, I think we'd really be pushing our system here. I want a different map though, don't they? I thought they had a different version of like what you had on the map. Oh yeah, VORs, okay, NDBs. I don't think I ever played FS4. That was right around the time when I was getting ready to get married and all that, and I wasn't really playing on the computer back then. FS4 I don't really know much about, unfortunately. That's a little too deep for me. I played a little bit before then, the flight simulator, the Microsoft Flight Sim before that, but never used FS4. I wouldn't mind trying some of those older flight sims out though. I think that would be kind of fun to do. Oh, Flight Sim 4. Oh.
Captain, I have your pineapple
I got
juice
you.
and wrap ready, and I'll bring Darren's Diet Coke as well. Just a moment.
Thanks, Khadija. I got you. No. I didn't play the 2004 edition of Flight Simulator. No, I played a little bit of the one before that. My friend had a pretty high-end computer back then, and I tried it a few times. Back then, I wasn't really into flying. Back then, I was more into music and all that kind of stuff. The flight simulator thing didn't really start pricking my interest. Maybe until like 2010. Somewhere in that area. 15 years ago is kind of when I started getting interested in it. Started with X-Plane on my iPad. Actually, on my phone, actually. That's actually, yeah. Started with X-Plane on my phone. Then I moved into an iPad when the iPads came out. Then I tried Aerofly, which was great for many years. When Aerofly was not available for my iPad anymore, that's right around the same time that Microsoft 2020 was available on the iPad. Oh, making music. Yeah, I was in a few bands back then. One of the bands I was in, actually, we were signing to a label, and I didn't want to sign to the label. I did not like what they were offering us, so they kicked me out because I wouldn't sign the record deal. I think I turned out to be right, because a year later I saw them playing in concert. There was nobody there. They were broke as hell, and they wound up breaking up like a few months later because they couldn't afford to play music anymore. The deal they signed was so fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm getting ready to buy a practice kit. Actually, here, I'll show you what I'm getting ready to buy. There's a couple of practice kits that I am looking at potentially getting. Let me get Chad to handle the comms real quick. Hey, Chad, can you handle the comms for a minute? I got to show Darren something.
Yo, Greg, I got the comms, no worries.
That's another benefit of doing an IFR flight. If this was a VFR flight, I would not have the capability of having Chad helping me out. All right, let's now let me share my screen. Okay, so I live in a duplex, which there's a house attached. So it's like it's a house, big house, and you just cut it right now. One house is now, one half is for one person, one half is for the other family. So I don't have the luxury of being able to have real drums like I used to. In my townhouse, I had electric drums, but as I said the other day, I don't have the 10 grand right now to buy the drum set that I want. Like, I'm not going to settle for a drum set. To be honest, I'm too good of a drummer to really. I don't want to play on a piece of shit. I'd rather not have it than have a piece of shit. But I do have. Let's see here. Hardware. Where is... I'll just type it in here, practice drums. All right, so there is... Okay, so one is that, so I'm really leaning towards getting this as a new version. It's 4 pads, so I can act like one's a cymbal, snare drum, a couple of toms. It's got a thing for a foot pedal as well, so I can put up a really good Tama Iron Cobra double pedal, or I can buy another pad to go with it. So this is one. I've heard that the rubber's a little tough, so the bounce could not be maybe as accurate as it should be, which is okay. You know, I could probably learn to live with that. But there is that, and there was a couple other practice kits that I saw. One from Remo that was really nice, but it's like triple the price, and I just don't know if I want to part with that kind of money. It's probably worth it though. That's very interesting. Let me put in practice pad. Why it's not, maybe it's not pulling up because I'm not picking an actual store. Oh, this might have it. Let me do most expensive too. Oh yeah, okay. Let me do most expensive. Here we go. Okay. So here's one. So here's one from Tama that I like a lot. It's like $700. Supposedly it sounds like it feels just like real drums, supposedly. And the snare has these little like rivets or divots or whatever built into it. And it almost sounds like a little bit like a snare drum. There's no cymbals, it's just the practice pads. So that's one thing I'm looking at. Oh yeah, here's the other one here. This Remo one is the other one that I was looking at. This one looks most like a regular practice pad kit to me.
Air Cairo 957, contact Jeddah Control on 133.125.
So yeah, so I'm kind of on the fence about all three, to be honest. Like this one looks okay, but I don't like the plastic. I don't like how the plastic is all around it. That could shatter easily if you hit it once the wrong way. That could shatter really quickly. I really like the Tama one here, but I just don't know if it's worth $700 when this one, to me, this one looks the best out of all of them. I can connect a double pedal to this. I have 4 pads. I can angle them any way I want. So I think this is probably going to be the one I'm going to get. And it's really easy to put away. Like, it won't take up space. When I'm done, I can just put it away. But yeah, so I would need this. So that's like, you know, $200 some. I need a throne to sit on, and then I want a usually I go with Iron Cobra gear when I play. You know, and those pedals can be up to $800 if you get like the really good one. Like here's a 900, which is $600. That's probably the top of the line. Yeah. Well, here's an anniversary edition, but that doesn't matter. Okay, they have a 910 now, so I stand corrected. But yeah, I've found over the years that Iron Cobra, for me at least, is the best pedal that I can use. But yeah, see, the electric kit that I want, I'm going to buy it. Maybe not this year, but as long as I keep on, let me knock on some wood, as long as I keep on doing what I'm doing at work, I should be okay. But yeah, I want, let's see here. That can't be right. That can't be right. $700 for an electric drum kit? Oh, I don't want Simmons. I'm on the wrong brand, that's why. I need Roland. Roland. See me rolling, rolling, rolling. See me rolling, rolling. That's what I had before. Roland. They make the best electric drums. Yeah. So this is the kit that I would take here. This is the one. This is very similar to what I had before I sold it. Yes, I did spend that kind of money on the drum set. I only had 4 toms though. I mean, 3 toms. A floor tom and 2 here. This also has this has 1 extra. Hang on a second. Oh shit. Let's go into heading mode. Hang on. We gotta do this real quick. So we have Luxor 11440. And we need the 121 radial. Oh, did I already pass Luxor? I sure did. We need Bernice. That's 114. And Bernice is on an 82. No, we need 121. All right, so if we're on a 121 radial leaving from 1440, that means we need to be on 301. Okay, so let's put in 301 here. Alright, let's work on capturing that. Yeah, I had a really nice drum set from Roland for a long time. Yeah, and I'm not gonna just not get the set that I want. This is, I won't be happy unless I get it. Like, if I buy another version, I won't be happy with it. The way these pads on this kit feel compared to a regular Roland kit, it is night and day. There is no comparison between the quality of this kind of pad versus one like, well, that's a little too, hang on. Well, yeah, one like this, one of these cheap trigger pads. So like on my old kit, I had 1 or 2 pads like this. The snare drum was really high quality, and one of the toms was really high quality, like the other kit. But I had like these rubberized. This is what like the practice pad is made out of. You don't get the right kind of feel. It's like going to a driving range and practicing your irons right off the fake grass versus using real grass. It's a whole different feel. Yes, you can go through the motions and you can practice, but it's not going to feel the same when you're going through it. It's just. So yeah, I won't be happy until I get one of these two. Either the TD7, and I don't really know the difference at this point between the two of them. I haven't looked that closely, but one of those. Here's acoustic drums that are made to look like real drums. This is a really nice kit too. The TD50 is pretty nice. The quality of these drums is pretty damn good. The brains behind it, the kit, you know, the brains is very similar. But yeah, like, wow, this would be a cool kit to have too. Look at this setup. Now, see, I don't know. You know what? I'd have to go into Guitar Center really and play around with these. Maybe these pads now are good enough for what I'm looking for. Because I would love to have something like this in my house. I don't have the room in my house for something like this right now. If I had this, it would take up my whole living room. And that's not really fair to, you know, if anybody moves back here. Like when the kids, if they decide to come back here, which, to be honest, hopefully they don't. Hopefully they just continue to grow up and move out of the house. Like, I don't want them here forever. They need to go out and live their own life. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Once I get the practice kit, I'm going to do something pretty cool, I think, with it that I don't really see anybody doing nowadays. I'm not going to say any more about it now, but yeah. But yeah, so that's about it. But yeah, I love playing music, man. I've been a musician since I've been in middle school, since before then. Actually, I played piano when I was a real little kid. Did piano lessons. Hang on. And then when I got into middle school, I played clarinet for 2 years. Started playing drums in 7th grade. I don't know, it looked very cool to me to play drums. So I started air drumming in my house, and then a year later I had a real drum set. And I played drums for many years, on a professional level for many of them. You know, I was very close to making it big time, and I'm kicking myself now that I didn't do it, but I had the chance to move out to LA with one of my friends at the time who was like a model who could sing and play guitar, and we were in a band together. The band kind of broke up because of some other people, you know, in the group that left. But I'm kicking myself that when I was young enough and good looking enough and in shape enough and a very good musician that I just didn't go out with him to LA. I really think that if we did, we probably would have had some sort of career. I don't want to say we would have made it big, but we were very popular in Baltimore, really popular. Like, we were bringing more people in to listen to us than the people we were opening for a lot of times. But yeah, I'm kicking myself that he and I just didn't move out there. That would have been good. We probably would have been able to work ourselves into some sort of career doing that. Yeah, it's always something that I'm going to regret till my dying day. I would love to be able to go back and not make that mistake twice. All right, we are on pretty much on point with our next waypoint. I'll bring up the map here and show you in a second. So we're using Luxor as kind of like a back course kind of thing, where we're using that station to navigate from. So we left on the 121 radial, which is what I have programmed in here, on a heading of 301, which is the opposite of 121.
3369, contact Cairo control on 129.4.
Since we're leaving from it, you have to program this in backwards like this. Otherwise, if we were turning right now, if we had this programmed to 121 right now, and we are moving right, the CDI bar would actually move farther away from the center.
Saudia 3369, Cairo control identified. Good morning.
All right, let's see if Bernice shows up yet or not. That's 114.0. Nope, not showing up yet. It'll show up here when it does. So for Bernice, we're gonna try to catch the, we're gonna try to leave from the 82 radial. So right now I wanna plug in, the opposite of 82 is 262. We're gonna plug that in for now. That's going to be what we're leaving from. Yes, that's what we're leaving from. 262, I think. No, 82. Oh, that's cool, Darren. Thank you. Yeah, I never know if I'm boring or if I should be doing something else besides just kind of running my mouth, but like I don't really want to do politics. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to sit there and trash other streamers. Like it would be like I really wanted to be a detractor and when like Dark Side Phil, like I really wanted to like pull up his stream tonight and just like go off on him the whole time. But like I don't know, people don't really. You know, I don't want to cause trouble. Like, I just want to fly airplanes and just have fun. It's just, yeah. Like, I don't want this to be about the drama and, you know, my political opinions. I try to stay fairly neutral online with a lot of stuff. One thing I'm not neutral about is Catherine Winnick. I did not know she existed until recently, until she pulled up in one of my Reddit feeds. And I was like, God damn. That is a treasure of Canada, Catherine Winnick. I don't really know what shows she's been on, but she is fun to look at, that's for sure. We are really moving tonight. Are we? We're not on 2X, are we? Let me see here. Like the mileage is just really clicking tonight. No, we're on regular speed. No weather problems. Well, actually, we didn't turn weather on, but turn weather and turbulence on. Could be jet stream, yeah. Could be that's why we're moving quicker. I don't recall really ever seeing like it move like that fast. Like, I'm like, man, unless we're on 2X. That should have been put on TARA a long time ago. This is such a cool airplane, man. I like this airplane a lot. I like the sounds of it. I like the interior a lot. Like, this is such a fun... I don't recall the last time I've flown the same airplane like 3 times in a row. Not just 3 times in a row, like on stream or on video, but just in general. Like, I don't usually do that. And I'm very surprised it's iniBuilds. It was your dad's favorite plane? That's cool. Yeah, I'm very surprised that it's an iniBuilds plane that really has drawn me into it, because I was just trashing them a week ago. You know, about their airplanes. About how they're very mid, like one step above Captain Sim. I still feel like that most of the time with their airplanes. Like, I'm still not 100% sold that these are great, but this has certainly been a fun airplane to fly so far. Well, I wonder if Bernice is actually gonna... if it's actually gonna come to fruition. I wonder if we are gonna be able to catch Bernice. It's not showing up yet. Make sure we have the right frequency. Should be 114. Yeah, 114, that's what we have set. Unless maybe it's one of those stations where it only works like 40 or 50 miles out, which could be. Because we're about halfway there. It's 179 miles between Luxor and Bernice. I wish I knew where the wind was here, like where our wind information is. I don't know where that shows. There's got to be some sort of instrument in here that shows the wind speed or the wind direction. I certainly want that information when we're landing, that's for sure. I wonder if I can pull it up on Navigraph. Let's see here. Let me turn off telemetry. We got weather on, radar, layers, METAR, jet streams, wind barbs. Hey! Hey! I like that. That works. We can do that. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. I think it'll work on here. I'll leave it on VFR. We can remove that and remove... Oh, this doesn't have weather on here. Darn it. Oh well, I can do it through sharing my screen. Okay. So here's our airplane. Weather. We have layers. We have wind barbs. All right, so right now we have wind. It's 10, 20, I'm sorry, 30, 40, 50, 55. It looks like 55 knot winds. Because I thought the flag was 30 knots, I thought. But yeah, it looks like we have wind pushing on our port side, which means we need to overcompensate a little bit. Let me see what... I've looked this up before, you can see, I just saw it. You saw it probably in my history just now. Oh, that's 75 knots. Oh, a flag is 50. Oh, a flag is 50 knots. Okay. So then that would be 75 knots that we're looking at right here. And then we have 70 knot winds closer to Bernice. And then we're going to have pretty much like a headwind. It's very handy. You know, I don't think I've ever used the weather on this thing before, ever. Ever. Oh, wow, look at this. Vertical velocity. Oh, shit, you can get a lot of information on here. METAR. Yeah, I just care really about the wind barbs. Air segments, turbulence. Oh, look at that. Very interesting. That's cool. Cloud cover, ISA temperature. Wow, they got a lot of stuff here. Jet streams. Look at that. That is cool. So I think that it means, if you're looking at it, the wind barb, okay, weather map. I thought that when it calm, 5 knots. Yeah, I thought that it meant it goes from the direction, like here, since it's blowing this, it looks like it's blowing this way. It's kind of how I'm reading it. But I thought the jet stream went the other way. See here, how to read. If you look at the, you also find primary line of barb. Okay, you can typically, okay, wind arrows. Okay, to get as accurate, nope. Yeah, where does it say? You have a long line, yeah, I understand that, but the direction. shaft is a long line. Okay, the tail points towards the direction the wind is coming from the dot where it's going. So the shaft points towards the direction the wind is coming from. The dot. Oh, okay. So I was reading that the wrong way then. Okay, the flagpole, let's see here. Wind bar vector has points to 135. In the bottom right of the quadrant indicates the wind is blowing from the southeast. Okay, so the flag is the... I got it now. Okay. Okay. They're always fucking you. Every time you go through the drive-thru. Alright, we're almost at BRC, but that makes more sense now, because I thought the jet stream was going, like, from west to east. So we have wind coming in from the starboard side then. Okay. Alright, we can close this. I just wanted to show you that. Oh, we are 14 miles away from 140. Okay, we need to be going on a 121. After this, we're going to Yenbo, which is 112.9. From Yenbo, we are going to be going on a 140. Get there, we are going to be going on an 82 heading. Let's go into heading mode. Oh, we are in heading mode. Okay. So we're going to be leaving on the 82 radial. So that needs to be at 262. We're getting ready to start crossing the Red Sea here coming up. As we get a little closer, it looks like we might be right over the center of this since our mileage has stopped. Yep. All right, we are crossing over the VOR station. Let's turn towards 82. We're going to cross over the Red Sea, and then after that we only have about 160 miles to go. We got about 143 miles on this part of the trip. Exhaust is good. Speeds are good. No warning lights. Now we're going to have wind blowing from the southwest. So it's going to be blowing us back towards Cairo. So it's going to be pushing on our starboard side. So we'll have to compensate for that a little bit. Let's go into the wind a little bit.
Heavy. Expect the Muval 1 Charlie arrival. I'll call your descent in roughly 20 minutes. Notify if you're ready to descend before that.
Probably gonna have to cancel this and just do VFR. Let me take the controls back to the comm.
Expecting the Muval 1 Charlie arrival. Will notify if ready to descend earlier. Saudia 3369er.
All right, I'm going to cancel. We're going to have Chad cancel our IFR.
Control, Saudia 3369er. We'd like to cancel our IFR flight plan.
Nice. Alright, we're on VFR now. Do I need to switch over to 2000? I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on our current identification there. All right, once we get lined up with the route, then we'll worry about the wind. We have a little bit of catch up to get caught up on our actual route here. Auto FPS looks like it's doing well tonight. Very good. I like when that's working properly. All right, we're getting lined up now. Now let's go ahead and get en route. Oh, okay. Well, it's picking up our next station. Let's plug in Yenbo 11290. We can see it's picking up here. Nav 2 right now is showing we're 100 miles out. So let's do 11290. And we are heading on to 82 radial. That means we're going to want to do 82 here. Let's click on VOR. Very good. We are over the sea. Too bad we can't see it. We are over the Red Sea, I believe this is. Maybe once we get past these storms, maybe we'll see a little bit of the ground. We'll get the Yenbo, head down to Rabi, and then Jeddah. So on my little cheat sheet here, I have the name of the station, their frequency, the radial we're leaving from, and how many miles from that station until the next station. So that's what I'm looking at here. The name of the airplane, you know, Saudi, and then 3369. Jeddah's frequency as well. I didn't plug anything in for runways yet because I don't know what runways are available. So as we get closer, we'll figure that out. And then whatever runway's available, we'll do our best to do an ILS on that, since that was giving us a little bit of an issue last night. Yep, and that makes sense why we are, with that wind pushing against, you know, the right side of the airplane. That's why we are heading this way. instead of being exactly lined up. So that's cool. That's very cool. All right, from Yenbo, we are going to be taking, going down to Robbie, and that is 116.80. And we are leaving on the 140 radial from Yenbo, which is right here. Yeah, there were two different liveries for this airplane that are available for free on the computer. It was this one, and then they had a newer one. I wanted the old-time Saudi one. Yeah, they still haven't said anything about the VFR, like switching over frequencies or anything. Usually we just put it on the common. No, maybe I'll put it on the common traffic advisory frequency. We'll put it on 122.9. It doesn't say though to do that. Usually they tell us. But I'll put it on 122.9. Take a look at the say intentions real quick. All right, so I just now put it in what was that mode? CTAF, common traffic divider, so that's 122.9. Let's go ahead and go to the airport. Let's plug in King Abdulaziz. I had to look that up for a minute. I was getting ready to call him something else. You might be doing a live stream on Friday. Oh, no shit. That would be cool. Yeah, let me know. Oh, I didn't even know you've been writing messages, Darren. I am so sorry. The 737-200 that's a really cool plane. Yeah. What time is it in Saudi Arabia or where I'm at? In Saudi Arabia, I believe it's... I don't know what time it is there. Yeah, man, if you're streaming, let me know. Hit me up on Discord, let me know. I'll check it out. I don't usually stream on Friday nights. I usually just chill out. So yeah, if you're doing that, yeah, I'll definitely check in. Hey Siri, what time is it in Jeddah? Hey Siri, what time is it in Jeddah? Is that 3 hours more than Greenwich Mean Time? It's 3:52 in the morning there right now in Jeddah. Hey Siri, what's Zulu time right now? Yeah, they're 3 hours ahead of Zulu time. But yeah, we'll leave it on traffic advisory. We have our airport here. Now ATIS says here, arriving and departing runways 34, center, left, and right. Temperature 24. Now, they all have ILS capability. The longest is 34 right, then center. So let's take a look at both of those. 30 miles until... Okay. Okay, so OEJN, so we have IAC. I think IAC means instrument something, instead of it being like like RNAV. Alright, so we have 34 rights. I kind of want to do 34 center, actually. I think that'd be cool landing right in the middle. Yeah, let's pin 34. We'll pin that one. And we'll pin 34 right. Okay, those two are there. Very good. Let's put our METAR in here. OEJN. Skirch. Oh, in Maryland right now, it's almost 9 o'clock, dude. Yeah, I can understand the hesitation of especially if you don't think people are going to hear you. You can always test it out first and see if you can hear it. Do a live stream where it's just unlisted or private, and see if you can hear yourself. I mean, that's certainly one way of giving it a try. That way you know for sure if it's working. I think if somebody was tuning in, they'd be nice enough to let you know that they couldn't hear. Oh, you're in the same time as well? That's cool. Very cool. Alright, let's just say 335 is going to be the landing weight, roughly. Our landing elevation is... it's like 29 feet, it looks like. Yeah, it's about 50 feet. Okay. And where does it say 50 feet here? Oh, yeah, right here. Elevation, 50 feet. Okay. Damn, we are almost here. Holy shit. Go into heading mode. All right, let's head on a 140 heading, and from Yenbo we're leaving on the 140 radial, so let's put this in at 320. There's the beautiful Red Sea right there. Not too much longer until we start descending, I don't think. We only got about 160 miles into the airport. We're probably going to need maybe 120 miles, 110 miles to drop down probably. Oh man, I've been YouTubing maybe 3 or 4 years now. I've been doing YouTube. Yeah, you don't want to miss your 20th year of being online. That's for sure. Yeah, that's special, man. Absolutely. I've been watching YouTube for about 20 years now. That's for sure. Yeah, I didn't really start making content, this kind of stuff, until maybe like a year after the COVID started. Maybe it's been 4 years now. Maybe 4 years. 3 or 4 years, I want to say it's been. I've had this setup now for about a year and a half. Yeah, I don't really remember. It's been about 3 or 4 years, I think, since I've been doing it. Some days I wonder if this channel is ever going to grow more than, you know, what it is right now. A lot of times I don't really care, actually. I mean, like, if it grows into something bigger and I can do it and support myself, like if I can, I mean, eventually I would like to be able to do this for a living instead of working a real job. But I mean, that's very difficult to do. That's like near impossible for anybody to get to that level, especially if you're just doing Microsoft Flight Simulator and X-Plane. Like, it's even more like, there's a few people that do it, but like, you know, it's not like you're doing political commentary or anti-woke stuff or anime or clickbaiting people into, you know, clicking on your channel because they're thirsty. So I just keep on making the content that I would want to see. You know, I don't expect people to stay locked in the whole episode, but it'd be nice, you know, folks to stop by every once in a while and say hi and, you know, chill out for a while. I think part of it is too, I kind of like, even though not many people are watching or watch, I like running my mouth too. Like I like talking. As much as I say I don't like people, I really enjoy talking, like in this format. Something about sitting here flying and being on camera, I don't know. I enjoy talking. I talk all day for a living. You'd think I'd be tired of it. But maybe it's therapeutic in a way too, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's something I get out of it that I'm just not fully aware of. All right, we are 73 miles. I think we're going to start beginning our descent here in a minute. I don't think this has a top of descent calculator. We don't really need it anyways, but I don't think they have it. We have 69, and then, yeah, I think it's time to start descending. Let's descend down to, we'll put in like 15,000 feet for now. And let's go ahead and do Mach. It should start descending us. Maybe not. All right, let's just do VS then. Dear guests, the captain from the cockpit, I'd like to thank everyone for flying Saudia Airlines Flight 3369 from Cairo to Jeddah. We're beginning our initial descent into Jeddah. The weather there is wonderful. It's 24 degrees. Clear weather. We will do everything we can to get you there as safely as possible. I'd like to thank you again for flying Saudia Airlines alongside Long Duck Dong, our first officer. This is Greg. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Greg. We are preparing for descent and will ensure the cabin is ready for arrival.
Okay, let's see if I can plug in 116.8 here and have it pick up. Yeah, see, it's not giving us a CDI indicator. That I don't like. we might just go right to Jeddah then. Let me plug in Jeddah. That's 115.3. But you know what? That's not fair. Actually, it does look like it is working. So we need to be heading on 140. Let's click on VOR. Let's have our flight engineer do our descent.
Copy descent flow going through it. One moment. Did my job. Got that flow all set for you.
All right. Well, you didn't do it, but it's okay. I'll take care of it, buddy. It's okay. All right, close enough. And we are looking at the 1012 where we are landing at. There we go. All right, that looks good. And then after this we have Jeddah, which is 115.3. Like, let me see what our landing looks like. Let's calculate and set charts. So we have $230 for our decision height. See what our transition level is. I know this is not 100%. Oh, actually it is. Transition level 15,000. Okay. This is for 34 center again, which is what I'm hoping we'll land on. And we need to get down to 2,100 feet. What is this circle here? Doesn't say what altitude we need to be higher than. Probably won't show there either, but that's okay. According to Navigraph, does the European model work over here? No, it doesn't. Okay. Looks like 6,500. So we need to be between 1,500 and 6,500 feet in that circle. Oh no, that's a smaller circle. The bigger circle, anywhere from 1,500 to 19,500. Okay, so we're okay. We're okay. Yeah, that's so weird. I wonder what happened to the other maps. Weird. Ten, 12. Whoa! We are going really fast. Our speed brakes up for a moment. Man, my pineapple juice was awesome, man. I love me some pineapple juice. 200 is a good milestone to get to, man. Not a lot of people can say they can get to 200 people. The one thing I noticed with YouTube is that you have to continually make content. Like, my channel was growing really well. Well, I usually call it our channel, since there's a lot of people that are usually we're talking to. But, you know, when I took like 4 or 5 months off last year from making any videos, that hurt a lot, like that. So one thing with YouTube I've learned, you have to keep the thumbnails very consistent, keep the titles very consistent, so the algorithm learns what you're doing. And if you have access to like ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, Grok, Gronk, those AIs are pretty good at helping maybe revive your channel, if that's what you're looking to do. Yeah, that could certainly be something to help. Oh yeah, Khadijah, she's great. All right, let's go into heading mode. Let's put in 115.3. Yeah, Khadijah's the best. And we need to be heading on a 175 heading. So let's lock in on the VOR here. Let's put this down to 250. We don't have any EPR mentions or... All right, and our VREF, let's see what our overall weight is right now. Are we really still at 339? That can't be right. Yeah, that can't be correct. Wonder why our gross weight's not showing up anymore. Yeah, that cannot be right. Yeah, see, we're at 336 right now. Alright, so we'll leave it at 355 there. But if our weight is, let's say it's going to be 333 or 334, let's see what this says. Yeah, see, 140 to 143, which is where our VREF is. Okay, all right, VREF looks good. All right, there was Raleigh. That was or Robbie. That was our last waypoint until we get to Jeddah. And let me see here. So for our landing, what? There's no way my airplane is right there. We are looking at 1095. All right, 1095 with a course of 336. That can't be correct. Let me see what Navigraph says here. We can't be past Jeddah already. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're not anywhere close to Jeddah at the moment. We're still 50 miles away. That's fucking crazy. Alright, frequencies. Approach control 123.8. Let me reach out to them. back down to like 5,000 feet. All right, 123.8. Let's get them programmed in. Jeddah approach Saudi 369er Heavy, descending through 5,000 feet, looking for landing clearance into Jeddah, please.
Saudia 3369er. Heavy Jeddah departure. Expect ILS approach. Runway 34 right. Descend altitude 3000. QNH 1013.
Copy that. Can we request runway 34 center, please? Jeddah Saudi 369er Heavy.
Saudia 3369er. Expect the ILS approach. Runway 34 center. Descend 3000. QNH 1013.
Yeah, very good. Slow down a little bit more. Very good. We can turn turbulence mode off. That's probably Jeddah all the way up there in front of us. Oh, I wish I had chase plane so I had my binoculars. $35 miles away. Sure hope Sky Dolly is oh, I'm only like 50 miles out from the airport, dude. We're on our way to the landing town. We're almost there, dude. Yeah, almost there. As long as it only takes us one attempt to land, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. Let me make Sky Dolly is still recording. All right, excellent. They are still recording. Beautiful. It's only 9:15. That's great. That's great. Means I can crawl into bed a little early and chill out before I start work tomorrow. All right, we're gonna sterilize the cockpit here. We're reaching 10,000 feet. All right, cockpit sterile. Seatbelt signs on. That all looks fine. All right, what's next on our checklist here? Menu. Approach. Okay, that's easy. Let's see if they do it. When we get up on approach, still have 20 some miles left. The hard part I've had with landing this airplane so far, it really hasn't been lining it up or really controlling it. The hardest part I've had so far is landing soft enough to where I'm happy. You'll hear, it'll call out 50 feet and then you don't hear anything else. And I am not used to that. I'm used to 50, 40, 30, 20, like hearing it. So I'm hoping that we can butter this one up. I'd like to get under 300 if I can. I've only been under 300 once in the 3 days I've been flying this. Last night I think we were at minus 336 was our closest attempt. Oh yeah, I can't wait to land either, dude. I hope it's a good landing. I'd like to be able to capture the localizer this time. Last night we were having trouble doing that. I'm going to do more flights out here, I think, in this area of the world. Even general aviation. Maybe like next time I fly a Piper, Comanche, or... I don't know. I'd like to fly out in this area more if I can. Very pretty out here. We got 20 miles. Starting to get a little bumpy out here.
Hotel Zulu Echo Alpha Sierra, contact Jeddah Control on 119.1. 119.1 for Hotel Zulu Echo Alpha Sierra, good day.
There's a new button that they... Oh, we should have... shit. We should have done our pressure. There's a new option they have out now on, say, intentions, where you can lower the volume of the chatter, which is great, because there was really no way to do that effectively until they put that button out there. Now it's much more manageable, I think. We're actually at 2988. Okay, that one flipped, and... Oh good, our DME is showing up now, so we have 19 miles. Okay, let's go into heading mode.
Hotel Zulu Papa Quebec Bravo, contact Cairo Control on 134.4. Cairo Control on 134.4. Hotel Zulu Papa Quebec Bravo.
Jeddah departure, Saudi 369er Heavy requesting the okay to join traffic so we can land.
Saudia 3369er, join left hand, runway 34 center. Report established.
Alright, left hand traffic, so let's go to the left. It does look good for landing, the weather, yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah, no clouds. Let's turn off turbulence mode and just see if it's still a little choppy, but I think we'll be okay. I think we will be okay.
Zulu Zulu Victor Juliet, contact Cairo Control on 134.4. Cairo Control on 134.4. Hotel Zulu Zulu Victor Juliet.
Alright, let's get down to about 220 knots. Alright, we are in altitude hold. Oh, you know what? Let me turn on photogrammetry. Hang on a second. I don't usually turn this on, but I think it'll be okay tonight. Thank you, Mr. Darren. Thank you for the well wishes of good luck. I'm very much hoping that we'll have a successful landing. All right, we should be getting ready to pull right up on the runway. Okay, there's the airport right there. Alright, so we are joining left-hand traffic. We'll go out, I'm not really sure how far it'll go out. Let me see what the chart says here. Let's take one more look at our weight. So we have 335, that's what I put in. Let me change this to like 330, we'll just say 333. 0.5. Okay, that's still the same. So this is that's 10 miles out for Casa.
Zulu Papa Quebec Bravo, direct final. Cleared for the ILS, runway 34 left approach. Descend and maintain altitude 3,000 feet
And
until
that's it.
established.
So about 16 miles out, and then we'll turn around. we're actually too close to the airport at this point. I don't think we'd really be this close in real life. Might be, though. I think that's 3-4 center right here. Yep, that's 3-4 center there. Once we get lined up, we'll start adjusting our speed down. No reason to do any of that just yet. Yeah, tomorrow night, I'm gonna make a good dinner for myself after work. Real good dinner. I have these this oven baked chicken I make with a really good crust on the top of it. Still diet friendly. I got some broccolini, otherwise known as broccoli rabe. Well, not broccoli rabe. Broccoli rabe's a dish, but I got broccolini, which I love. I got some small potatoes that I cooked already. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a good dinner. Losing this weight on Weight Watchers really hadn't been hard at all. For me at least. Like, I've been determined to lose weight. My cousin was talking to me about a new kind of peptide that's supposed to take the place of like Ozempic pretty soon, which I am not going to take Ozempic or any of those kind of drugs. But this peptide is supposed to get FDA approval, supposedly like in the next couple of years. But I don't know. I just have a hard time justifying sticking myself with some sort of medicine when I can control my food. Like, I'm an adult. If I want to lose weight, then I don't need to eat certain things anymore, which I don't. I haven't eaten pizza. Oh my God, I used to eat pizza all the time. All the time. I'd eat like 2 or 3 times a week. I'd eat pizza. I haven't eaten pizza since September. Yes, I will, Darren. I will lower the gear this time. Last night I forgot to put the gear up for a while. I was wondering why we couldn't get up to speed, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, I promise you I will put the landing gear down tonight. It doesn't happen often that I forget. Every once in a while I forget. Alright, we're about 9 miles out. So we got 6 or 7 miles to go, and then we'll turn around. But yeah, I haven't had pizza in 5 or 6 months. I haven't had pasta. I used to eat pasta 2 or 3 times a week. I used to eat like a half a bag of Doritos every day. I was eating like 3 or 4 chocolate chip cookies a day, like big, like store cookies. I got up to almost 330 pounds. I woke up one morning and I really couldn't scratch my back anymore the way I used to be able to, and I said, you know what? I don't need to live like this anymore. I know I need to lose weight. You know, I'm 5'2", 5'3". There's no reason for me to be 330 pounds. Not at my age. I mean, I'm almost 50 years old. Like, shit's gonna start going wrong with me pretty soon, where I'm gonna need some help. You know, I don't wanna be an invalid or be a burden on somebody. So I eventually would like to get married again, maybe, or you know, have someone special. It's hard to do that when you're 5'3" and you look like a blob. It's just like a big circle. All right, let's see here. Let's see where we're at here. Let me put 34 center up in this pig right here. Superimpose it right on top. I really like what Navigraph is doing. Let me show you something that Navigraph is doing, and then I'll spin around. Let me get it pulled up. I really think this is cool that they're doing this now with runways. Let me show you this. Okay, so when we zoom in, this is new. It extends out the line of the runways. Look at this. How dope is that? That is so cool. so cool. That's new for them. All right, let's turn around. Let's slow down to our flaps 4 speed. So that's going to be 183. Cabin crew, take seats for landing.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
Flaps 4.
Do our approach checklist.
Yeah, Cap, I'll get the approach flow done. Stand by. Flow's done. You're welcome.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, once we get established on the localizer, then we will activate localizer mode. This thing has a little bit of a hard time lining up while you're turning. It does really well when it's lined up first. We should be just about lined up. This bar should start moving any moment now. Yep, there we go. Let's click on ILS. Oh, hang on, let's put on autopilot 2 and ILS mode. "17 miles out. Glide slope is armed. There we go. Let them know we're established. Jeddah departure, Saudi 369er Heavy, established on the localizer, runway 34 center. There's our runways right in front of us.
Expect the ILS approach runway 34 center, continue descent 3000, QNH 1012.
Yep, same pressure is good. Localizer, you like saying that word? I guess it could be a fun word to say, I guess.
Flaps 10.
Hotel Zulu Romeo Papa Romeo contact Cairo control on 134.4. Cairo control on 134.4. Hotel Zulu Romeo Papa Romeo.
Flaps 14.
You know, I was reading a lot last night about these airplanes. It seemed like a lot of the pilots that flew these planes did not like landing with auto throttle. And I can see that because it doesn't really stick to the auto, to what you put in. So we're probably going to do that same thing as well.
Flaps 18.
We are probably going to just do it ourselves. That arms the speed brake.
Flaps 22.
Well, we'll see. If it's at 148 now, I mean, as long as it doesn't move us up to like 160 like it was doing last night, I think we'll be okay.
Flaps 33.
All right, flaps 33. Flaps are fully down. Yeah, if it stays at 148, I'm okay with that. I heard this airplane does a really good job landing itself. I kind of want to try that out. But I feel like, for lack of a better word, I feel like such a pussy when I do that, though. like I feel like at my level of experience with these simulators, I shouldn't be just auto-landing it. But, I mean, supposedly this was like the first airplane that could do a Category 3 ILS landing, which is amazing that an airplane this old could land itself, roll out, flare, do all that. That is crazy. If I do have to do a go around, I'm gonna have to probably get up and use the restroom before I land, but right now I think I'm okay. You see how it went up to 159? I don't want that. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to just deactivate all the autopilot. And we're gonna deactivate the auto throttle.
Saudia 800, contact Jeddah control on 119.
And we're just going to do this ourselves. The clicking you're hearing, I believe, is the board where it says localizer, glide slope, and all that. Makes that clicking sound. Little high.
Approaching runway 34 center.
No, there's an airplane right there. What the fuck? I should do a go around. But we're not. We'll just pretend that airplane is not there. Good job, say intentions.
100.
All right, I'll take that landing.
Running after landing checks now. 1 moment. Hey mate,
Flaps
just
18.
got that flow done. She's all set.
Flaps 14. Flaps 0.
Not a bad landing. I'll take minus 384. In this heavy-ass airplane, sure thing. This big old jumbo John. This old jumbo John. All right, let me get say intentions up here. Jeddah departure, Saudi 369er heavy, vacate Vacated runway 34 center. Need vectors for what gate we're going to.
Approaching runway 34 center.
So it doesn't do the APU automatically, which is okay. Boy, when you're just doing VFR, Say Intentions really forgets all about you, don't they? They sure do. They forget to tell you there's airplanes on the runway. They don't tell you where to go. Well, thank you, Darren. I don't know which one of us came up with a good landing is under 300 feet per minute, but I'll take really anything under 400. I'll take, especially like only landing these airplanes every once in a while. This one I've had a little bit of practice with, but I thought it was a good landing, I think. Pretty close to center line. Here we go. Let's park on top of another airplane. Good job, Say Intentions. Way to mitigate traffic there. All right, let's put the parking brake on. Get the APU turned on. Parking.
No problem. Let's see. Parking flow. Ah, yep. Give me a second. Captain, happy to report that the aircraft is now set to your specifications.
Put chocks on. If it allows it. Doesn't really allow, but there we go. Okay. Hey, that's cool. Look, remove before using. Okay, jetway.
Yeah, I'll run the securing checks for you, Cap.
Boy, it really sounds like he enjoys his job, doesn't it?
Captain, flow complete. Back to you now.
Okay, so let's close the generator field and make sure that... Oh, everything's off. It doesn't matter. All right, that works. So we're good. That's it. There's no state saving on this thing. All right, I do want to... Let me end... I'm going to do a couple of things before I end the stream tonight, since we only landed in the first shot here. So let's... let me share my screen. We're going to close FS Realistic. We are going to stop our recording. We're going to close Say Intentions. And once this is done, we're going to go back to the beginning and grab some shots of takeoff. We'll grab a couple shots in the air. Grab a couple landing shots, and then I can turn this into a 20-25 minute video in the next couple of days. I've recorded the other flights that I've done. I just wasn't very happy with the flights, to be honest. Wasn't very happy with some of the stuff I said. The routes. Yeah, I just didn't really... So this one was nice. I liked this. This was a nice flight. Alright, let's get rid of say intentions. FSR, we can close down there. Okay, so the flight is done recording. Let's go back to the very beginning.
Gear up. Gear down.
Go outside and see where we are. Lights aren't on. Oh, is anything on? Nothing's on here. Hang on a second.
Flaps 18.
Panel states ready for takeoff. I guess none of that stuff really matters. Let's just go back outside. There we go. Now we're moving. But the lights aren't on. Oh, they're still not on. Alright, hang on a second. Let's rewind this a little bit. I don't need the sound. I have the sound from the original. But I just want some camera shots of it taking off. Alright, let's go back and just grab a couple of shots from inside here. From takeoff, and then we'll do a couple for landing.
Flaps 22. Gear down.
Wish I had chase planes so I could get some of those tower shots. Alright, Darren, it was good catching up with you, man. It was nice chatting with you tonight.
Rotate.
I'll talk to you on Discord this week. Hopefully you'll be doing that thing on Friday. I'll check that out. See you, Darren.
Gear up.
Sounds good, Darren. Talk to you on Discord, bud.
Flaps 18. Flaps 14. Flaps 10. Flaps 4.
Are these flaps going to move at all? Probably not. Not until they did in the simulator. But I want to get a shot of the flaps retracting.
Flaps 10. Flaps 4.
Flaps going back yet?
Flap 0.
Guess not. All right, whatever. All right, let's grab some shots in the air.
Hey, Captain. Cabin is secure.
All right, let's go outside. I want to see if I can do the thing. Let me see what we're doing here. I might not be able to do what I want. There we go. Yeah, that's not doing it. Take a look at the controls again. Not really sure what I need here for it to go past us. Yeah, I don't know. Here we go. Drone follow mode. Okay, see if that works. Yep, that does it. Here we go. Oh, you don't get any sound afterwards. Oh, that's no good. All right, all that work for nothing. Shit. All right, let's get closer to approach. Oh, I am such a moron. We need... Shit! I forgot to start recording this. All right, let's go back to the takeoff. Shit! Let's turn the banner off too. And I'll turn off that as well. Fuck my life. All right, let's go back. Let me start recording. Completely forgot about that. Obviously.
Down. Flaps 22.
Hey, that's a great landing. Minus 2015. Man, I'll take that.
Knots. Flaps 33. Flaps 22. Rotate. V1.
That's cool. Look at the clouds going over the wing. Look at that shit. Oh my god. I've never seen that before in this simulator. Wow, that was dope as hell. Holy moly, that is cool as shit. Wow. That's fucking amazing. I wonder if we can see it on the other wing here. Let's go back.
Flaps 18.
Go back a moment and see if we can see it on this one
Flaps
too.
22. Gear down.
A little bit.
Gear up.
That is so cool. All right, let's grab a quick little shot of the plane taking off here. Come on, wheels. Come on, wheels. All right, now we should be able to go back a little bit. There we go. Come on, landing rate, stop fucking me up. There we go. Okay, that's right. There's no lights on right now because we didn't have the lights on when we were taking off. All right, so that's good there. Let's head over to our approach.
Flaps 4.
All right, we'll sit back here and just watch the approach from here. Well, I like to get, actually, before we put our flaps down, actually.
Flap 0.
All right, let's go here and see if we can catch our flaps going down. Guess not. This plane might not work that well on the replay yet.
Flaps 4. Should be pretty close. Somebody cut the engines off. Oh no! That's why it's called the whisper liner, because you don't even hear the engines. Yeah, we'll just stay and watch this. We're close enough. We should be lined up with the localizer at this point, I think. At least it looks like it on the timeline here. Flaps 10.
Well, I wonder if that meant that these went out. Let me see here.
Flaps 4.
Nah, I guess not. I really wanted to watch the slats come down. Oh well. Sorry, we'll just sit here.
Flaps 10.
The wing flex is great in this airplane iniBuilds. Good job iniBuilds on that. That is wonderful. And the water vapor coming over the wings, the clouds. Oh my God, I have never seen an airplane do that.
Gear down.
Ever in this simulator. That is worth the price of emissions alone. What a great airplane. Now, if only we can get this thing to work on Xbox, you guys would have a hit on your hands.
14.
A hit, a guaranteed certified triple platinum hit. It looks like the flaps are coming down a little bit. So we should be about 9 or 10 miles out at this point, because I remember putting the gear down around 11 miles out.
Flaps 18.
Come on, flaps.
Flaps 22.
That sucks they're not working right now.
Flaps 33.
That really sucks. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll just have to suspend disbelief, as they call it.
2500.
It's a pretty area, Jeddah. Never really seen much of it before. It's a really pretty looking area. Rehab. Yes, sir. I needed that a long time ago, Al Rehab. My microphone's still working. Yes, it is. Okay. These wireless mics, got to check on them every once in a while. The battery seems to last on these things a long time. I recharge them often, but like it came with two. Really good magnet to keep it like clipped to your shirt. It's DJ Mini Mic. If you're looking for a good wireless mic, then be it. Then be it. DJI Mini Mic. It was like 50 bucks for two microphones. Very easy to use. You can use it on your cell phone. You can use it on a computer. It comes with a USB port, USB-C plug. You can just plug it right into your phone or into your computer. And you can use the microphone for that. Okay, we'll grab one shot from outside of it landing, and then that'll probably be it for the shots we're going to grab. Without chase plane, it's really tough for me to get some of the camera angles I want. Mainly the tower view. That's one of my favorite views to capture. So when you have it on low, now you can kind of see a difference in the ground, the streets. When you have that on ultra, it'll look like a real street. I'm okay with it not looking like a real street right now. As long as it means we're having smooth flights and smooth frame rates, I'm okay with that. All right, I'm glad the flaps finally got put down. Lately, I've been using a mouse. Well, I think I've showed you guys the mouse with a roller ball on it. Boy, having a roller ball makes a big difference. It took a little while for me to get used to it. A little practice, and I use it all day at work too, so I get a good workout using it. But
500.
having a roller ball really helps things out a lot. Yeah, you can see the textures. I wonder if I switched all that to high right now, like if I turned off auto FPS. I might do that here in a minute. We'll go back and check it out. Let's land first. All right, no airplane there this time. Landing gets better and better every time. I'll take a 5-star landing. Okay, let me pause this for a minute.
80 knots.
All right, let's pause this. Let me turn off auto FPS. Okay, exit. Let me go into the settings here. All right, graphics. Okay, buildings, trees. Let's try this on high. And let's just put this on ultra and see what happens, like we used to do. Okay. Go back into the airplane. Okay. And we bring up Sky Dolly. Oh, Sky Dolly.
22, flaps 18. Flaps 14, flaps 0. Flaps 14, flaps 33. Rotate.
No, I think it looks about the same, actually. Yeah, the roads look about the same to me, actually. Maybe a little more roadish, but I can't really see a difference. We'll tell here in a moment when we're coming in if it's still that blank field or if there's anything else there. Okay, yeah, see, it looks the same. Okay, let's try this again. All right, let's pause this. I want to check out one other shot real quick. And then I think we're going to call it a night. Let's just get this pulled up here. Let's take a look. Oops. Okay, show 1. Nope. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's an interesting camera shot. All right, let's keep it on this one. We're not going to be using this sound when we make the video. This is just going to be for clips. We'll have music playing to this or the sound of the actual landing. All right, very good. So I think we got everything we need. There's a good place to end it there. Let me pause this. Let's go over to Sky Dolly. Let's stop Sky Dolly and close this out properly. Quit. Excellent. Very good. That was a lot of fun tonight. That was a good flight, man. I am very happy we did that. If you enjoyed anything you saw today, please hit like, hit subscribe, help this channel grow. Let's get this channel, we're a much better channel than a lot of these other channels that are out there. You can't deny it. This is a much better channel than a lot of these other ones out there. We talk about things, we delve deep into the systems, we're good at the systems. Let's get this channel up to like 10,000. Let's get 10,000 people subbed. Hit subscribe, hit like, become a member, help this channel grow. Be a part of the no bullshit flight sim community. I don't know when exactly I'll be back. I don't usually like to stream when I make the videos. I might do it if I feel like talking tomorrow. We might just edit the video together. You guys can see how I do things when I edit the videos, how I cut this down into a 20, 25-minute video and how we place the segments in and edit. We might do that. I don't know. It might be nice not to be on camera for a while. But if I'm not on tomorrow night, which is Tuesday, I would definitely be back sometime before the weekend, probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday. But Wednesday or Thursday, I think I'm going to be flying again here pretty soon. Hopefully with another new airplane. I hope to have another new one, a secret one. A secret one that I've been talking about for a long time that I haven't bought yet. Some of you guys might know what it is, but keep on guessing. I will see you on the next episode of the No BS Airplane Show. And that's about it, man. Have a great Tuesday. I will see y'all again soon, my friends. See you. The outro didn't play. What the fuck? Hang on a second. That should have worked. Let me see here. That outro should have worked. Hang on a second. Yeah, we can't hear it or see it. Hang on a second. Can we hear anything? Oh, I wonder why it took so long to start. I'm gonna have to go in there and edit this video, I think. Let's see here. Can we hear it now? All right, so it's got like a 5-second delay. That's weird. All right, well, let's try this again. All right, I will see everybody on the next episode of the No BS Show. See ya.